What up, vape goats? Exo Vapes here with a quick tutorial on re-wicking your coils. Now, the reason I feel like I should start with this is because I've seen quite a few customers walk into their local vape shops, upgrade from a pen or a tank or even straight from cigarettes into a box mod with an RDA. An RDA is a rebuildable dripping atomizer, and it's going to look something like this. This one has 3 posts, it's got dual coils in it. And it happens to have a really nasty wick in it, which we're going to be re-wicking today. Chances are, if you're watching this, you're either interested in what an RDA is, or you already have one. But anyway, when they upgrade, I see them get a standard coil build from one of the employees. The employee then proceeds to wick the coil, all while throwing a ton of new information at the customer. And honestly, there's a lot that you can miss. So let's get into re-wicking these coils. First thing, and one of the most important things, is to make sure that your mod is off. Trust me, you do not want to burn yourself on these coils by accidentally trying to fidget it and push the button and turn it on and fire these up into your fingers. Next, I get a paper towel or a plate or a napkin or whatever, just so that I can put my dirty wicks on it. That way I can keep my working space clean. Then you're going to want to take a pair of tweezers or pliers or fingernails if you have any, and you're going to want to pull the old cotton out. See how nasty that is? That's why I have a paper towel. You want to do this carefully, because if you have your cotton tight enough in there, you might bend your coils, but when you fire them back up, you can use the tweezers or the pliers to squeeze them back into place and make sure they're firing correctly. Also, if some cotton gets stuck in there, you can either use a paper clip or a small screwdriver or drill bit and push it out. Get it out there. You want to get these cleaned out. Now, what I do after this is turn my mod back on and fire the coils and dry off the coils. For me, it makes the re-wicking process a little easier working with dry coils, but you'll want to make sure they're cool first. After that, you can take and fire your coils a little bit. Make sure they're firing correctly. You want it heating from the inside out. Pretty good. Then you're going to need cotton. There's a bunch of different cottons you can use. There's organic cotton, premium cotton, Japanese cotton, cotton pads, cotton. You need cotton. You can get cotton bacon. Looks like this. Looks like a little strip of bacon. It's pretty nice. This is what I prefer. It doesn't have a cotton taste. You don't have to worry about burning the cotton taste off afterwards. And it's already pre-processed, pre-straightened, and smooth. It's really beautiful. But if you're using an organic cotton ball, you're going to need to unroll it first. Unrolling organic cotton is pretty easy. You're going to want to pull it apart a little bit till you find where the roll starts, and then unravel it. And then just keep unraveling it until it's all the way unraveled. And then you have a straight piece of cotton. Next, you can take and lightly run your fingers through the cotton and smooth it out. Kind of pull any seeds out that you might see. Any rough spots like this, see how it lumps up there. You're not going to want that in your coils. So just run your fingers smoothly through it a couple times until you can get it out. After that, you should have a pretty decent size of usable cotton. You'll want to take and cut 2 to 3 inches off per wick. In my case, I've got dual coils, so I'm going to need two 2 to 3 inch sections. Now I have 2 to 3 inches of wick, or in my case, wicks. Now this next part you can do a couple of different ways. You can just leave it like this, or you can kind of pull it apart a little bit. I do this, that way I can fold it over itself. It makes the cotton expand a little bit. It allows for more juice to be absorbed within the cotton. You get a better flavor, you get more vapor production, a bigger cloud. But what I don't do is roll it up into a rope as if I was making a fake joint, because even though that might fit easier into the coil, it's not going to be able to absorb much juice. You're not going to get very much flavor. You're not going to get a great hit. You're not going to get those great clouds that you're looking for.
I make the rope.
Let's wick with a rope. So instead I fold it over itself a couple of times. Now look at the gauge of your coils, or how big of a hole you're working with, and you're going to start making a judgment call on how much cotton you'll need. You'll find out very quickly if you have too much, strictly because it won't fit through the coil. See, in this case I'm removing some of the cotton because it's not going to fit with that full strand of cotton. Now I'm going to lightly roll just the ends of the cotton so that it can fit through the coil, just like that. Here you can use the tweezers again, or the needle nose pliers, or your fingernails, and just pull the cotton through like that. And try to make sure it's a little fluffy on each side. See how it's not rolled up? That's what you want. You want it thick. You want it able to absorb as much juice as possible. Now I've got a second coil, so I'm doing it a second time. I'm lightly rolling the end to kind of create a needle, and then I'm going to put it through and start pulling it through. I'm going to fluff it out a little bit, and there we go. We got 2 almost ready wicks. Now you're going to want to cut the cotton to fit into your RDA. I'll get into a couple different styles of wicking later, but we're just going to cut about, we're going to leave about a 1/2 inch on each side. There we go. Once you have your cotton at the length you want, just fluff those sides out. Get them nice and fluffy. Now that looks like a tasty vape just waiting to be chucked. Once you got them to size, you'll take some e-juice and you'll drip it on the tops of the cotton. Let it soak in a little bit. I'm doing this because it makes it easier to mold the cotton into my RDA. I can shape it. It just works a lot better. Now I'm by no means saturating this cotton. I'm just putting a little bit of juice on top. Then I'm going to take a small screwdriver and put the cotton into my RDA. Once you get the wick into place, leave a little hole here underneath the coil for added airflow. If you have more air circulating around the wick and the coil, you're going to get a much better flavor and much bigger clouds. Now that you have your wicks into place, now that you have your wicks into place, and this gap here between the juice well and the coils, your airflow's ready, your wicks are ready. It's time to fire it up. If you're using organic cotton, you'll want to do this to get some of the cotton taste out first. Because the last thing you want is to take a nice fresh hit of some nice fresh juice and get a bunch of cotton in your throat. You can drip a little more juice on there. That way you're not burning your new wick dry. And once again, we'll just fire it. Get that cotton taste out of there. Now we can slap this RDA back together. I'm going to make sure that my airflow is directly in line with my coils. And I'm about to vape some fresh wick. Ooh. See, that tastes really good. It tastes really good because we didn't rope the cotton. We had a lot of cotton in there, and we dripped it and burnt the cotton flavor off before we actually hit it. And that, my fellow vapists, is a real easy way to re-wick your coils and have a nice, great, long-lasting flavor. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to watch this. If you enjoyed what you saw, or if this helped you out in any way, please hit the like and subscribe button below. I'm going to be putting out videos weekly, build videos, tutorials, reviews, random vapings. So stay tuned, and until next time, vape on, vape goats.